In Investing 101 today, John Bever, President and Chief Investment Officer of Phase 3 Advisory Services, is here to bring us up to date on Social Security. John, people get so worried about Social Security, especially millennials. They tend to think it's going to run out by the time they need it, but that is not true because American workers are always paying into Social Security. Tell us what's going on.
The reality is the trustees just released their most recent report, and by 2035, the excess reserves of Social Security will be depleted. But Social Security is not going away. You don't have to worry about not receiving your check. So Social Security is a pay-as-you-go system. So what that means is that they bring in tax revenue and they use that to pay benefits. Well, over time, what has happened is that the benefits have increased. Tax revenue has not kept up with that. So right now, tax revenue provides about 80% of the benefits. The other 20% has been pulled from the reserves. And of course, they knew that this was going to happen with the retirement of the baby boomers.
The government is well aware of the situation. What are some solutions?
So there are several solutions that the government can bring to bear here. They can tax more, they can lower benefits, they can delay the claiming age, which is a way of lowering benefits. They can also print more or borrow more. And they've really done all of these things, and they will come up with another solution.
What are some simple steps for investors to take?
The key is our politicians need to take action sooner than later. The later they wait, the more impact that's going to have on people. The other thing that you can do yourself to prepare for this, if you're concerned about this, is just save and invest more money, become less dependent on Social Security. You can also look at this and say, well, I think taxes will go up in the future. What would I do about that? So you might want to use Roth retirement accounts where you're going to have lower taxes in the future, not take your tax benefit right away, but save that for down the road. Also, if the government decided to do some more printing and borrowing, which they will in some form, that is inflationary. So you want to make sure that you include more inflation protection in your portfolio, like natural resource companies and funds, TIPS, which are Treasury inflation protected securities, and I bonds. The last thing is you can also think about investing more money on a tax advantage basis. There is going to be a larger catch-up for those that are age 60 to 63. Starting in the year 2025, you'll be able to do an extra $10,000. There may be a limitation on the deductibility of that. And also in 2026, for lower wage earners, there's going to be a larger tax savers credit for single filers making under $20,000 and joint under $41,000.
You mentioned I-bonds. Explain exactly why I-bonds work in times of inflation.
Yeah, I-bonds are very popular because they pay the inflation rate. So what happens is every 6 months, the Treasury Department takes that inflation rate and they apply that to the I-bond interest. So when you buy an I-bond, for the next 6 months, you're going to get that declared rate. And then they change that rate November and May, and they'll declare a new rate, and then that bond will earn that interest rate for the next 6 months.
Thank you, John, for helping us out today with Investing 101.
You're welcome.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.